Good morning, dear friends. Happy Monday to you. I hope you had a lovely, restful weekend and are ready to wrap this month up. Isn't it amazing? Here we are wrapping up July already. We're here doing our usual Monday check-in, feeling into the energy and looking at what are we going to work on letting go of in this week. I talk a lot about letting go. The idea of letting go is really about taking some time, carving out some time to just check in with yourself. How are you feeling? How are you doing? And are there, beliefs, attitudes, mindset, ways of talking, ways of being that aren't serving you? Good morning, Sandy. Nice to have you here. And so that's the whole thing, is it to get into just an inner dialogue so that you can really, really fully, truly show up as you are, share your gifts, be the change that you alone carry a piece that is so important to the rest of the world. It's like the collective, if you like. So all that being said, and so if you're here live, say hi. As always, when I talk about different things, and this one's a big one this week, is about really watching how do you compare yourself to others? Do you look at other people and, beat yourself up because you're not doing the thing that you think you should be doing, if that makes sense? Because this is card number 39 that we're working through, because we've been working through the cards in sequence. So we're at 39. This 44 cards. So we're getting there, almost to the end of the system. So card 39 is about jealousy. So that's what I was saying about when you look at how other people, where they're at or what they're doing. Good morning, Ruth Ann. Nice to have you here too. So just feel into that for a moment, because I know, jealousy can sometimes be a wee bit of a sneaky thing, where you think everything's going good and that you're accepting where you're at, what you're doing, what you've got in the bank, what you don't have in the bank. And when I talk about in the bank, it doesn't necessarily mean money. It's like, what are you doing? What lights you up? Are you focusing on what makes you special? Are you focusing on sharing your gifts, on aligning with your purpose? Things of that nature. And then do you sometimes look at other people, maybe on Facebook or just around you, or when you interact with people, and is there sometimes a little piece of, that I'm not doing enough, or I need to do more or be more, things like that. So that's kind of what lands for me when I think about jealousy. But let me just read out of my guidebook here to see if this will help you really get into this idea of let's let go of jealousy. Okay, so happiness is not having what you want, it's wanting what you have. Stop envying others and learn to appreciate what you have. Everyone's life is unique. You have certain things to offer which others cannot. When we act in a jealous manner, all we do is bring negative feelings into our lives. If you are able to appreciate and express gratitude for the experiences you're having right now, no matter how negative it may look on the surface, you'll have a greater capacity for appreciating the positive experiences when they begin to show up. Maybe you don't have the career success or relationship satisfaction of those around you, but working through anything that is less than ideal, you are achieving something great, growth. And growth will make room for the changes that you've been waiting for. Jealousy plants a misconception in your mind. Who you are is simply not enough. Truth is that the rough times we experience weren't meant to point out inadequacies, but were to create an entirely new life experience that is more fulfilling and more in alignment with all aspects of you. Just take a deep breath. So I said to you, this is kind of a powerful piece to really focus on it. Are you, believing something somewhere that you're not enough? other people are more gifted or more confident, or they have a stronger belief in themselves. And then it's like that's the inner dialogue is saying, I'm not enough. But you are. Put your hand over your heart and just say, I am enough. And see how things start to change when you start to really just bring that awareness into your everyday life. I hope that makes sense and supports you. So I do my usual thing here where I pull one tarot card, and then we'll do 3 of the Doreen Virtue's Healing with the Angels cards. Just like the flow of that. So let's see if there's a wee message or guidance that we can use in this week in this idea of letting go of jealousy. And the card that's come up is the Death card. So the Death card is a very strong message saying the end. Don't do that anymore. So maybe you could use this week to just gently, kindly, lovingly, always coming back with love, that maybe up until this point you did have a little propensity to compare yourself or to have a little dialogue saying that you aren't enough. Yes, Sandy says, releasing anything that no longer serves us. And the thing about jealousy, it doesn't serve. It just creates this kind of cloud of energy that isn't really supportive of you aligning with your uniqueness. Each one of us has it. And so it's so important for you to just embrace that, be with it, and really step into walking to the beat of your own heart. What's your heart's desire? What's your heart calling you? What's your heart directing you to do? I've talked before about the aligning your head, your heart, and your higher self. And so it's about really being the open recipient of the guidance from your higher self and from your heart, because you don't want to allow yourself to be guided by your head. In fact, none of us are actually programmed or aligned with making decisions completely from our head. We've kind of been conditioned that way, but it's not the truth. Your decisions come from a different place, from your heart, from your gut feel, from your intuition. So are you aligning with those? And don't compare yourself to other people with that, because we all have our own unique patterns. That's kind of what was coming through on this idea of really letting go of the things that doesn't serve, right? So now I was shuffling these Doreen Virtue's Healing with the Angels cards. Oh, these are beautiful cards we're getting with this too. So beautiful support here. First one is miracles. That makes me think of my favorite affirmation is, I believe anything is possible and miracles are happening now. And so believe in miracles. Miracles are all over, all around you. And so if you get into a pattern of comparing or thinking that you're not enough or jealousy of any kind, breathe into that. Miracles are still happening. You are a miracle, right? And then you can make the study. So I like this one too. This is a really great support with that idea of aligning with your head, your heart, and your higher self. Because sometimes we get so busy and caught up in our head, what's your to-do list like, and doing whatever it is you're intended to do, but we forget to just pause, feel your feelings, take some deep breaths. How are you feeling about yourself right now? How are you aligning with your essence? And just walk with that for a moment. So that's about the study. And then the last card that we have here is Archangel Michael. I love it when Archangel Michael comes up in these rereadings. Sandy says she believes in miracles. Yes, I believe in miracles. So when Archangel Michael shows up in these readings, is I feel like Archangel Michael is a protector against any negativities. So many years ago, I used to do a practice to just really call in this energy. And it actually doesn't matter if you believe in archangels or not, but you can call in or say something to, like, use your own verbiage. But what I would do is every morning I would just basically set the intention, and I would say, Archangel Michael, please protect me against all form of negativity today, especially and including my own. And so then just to call into that, and it's just like an intention setting. So maybe you could use that to say, Archangel Michael, please release or protect me from all forms of envy or comparing or jealousy, and see if that starts to shift if you do have any of those propensities or patterns. So I wish you a beautiful week ahead. Let me know how this goes, how this sits in for you, and let me know if you need any help in really letting this one go. Letting go is letting go is a process, and it's a commitment to yourself because you are aligning with the core essence of you. Much love to you. Like I said, have a beautiful week ahead. I'll see you next week.